Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Empressive channel. Drake has taken a bold move, y'all. He is currently coming against Universal Music Group for promoting Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us. And he's claiming that they use fraudulent tactics to boost the song's popularity. Now, we all know Kendrick's song, Not Like Us, was the hip hop song of the summer. It was an infamous diss song directed at Drake, and it accused him of all types of things, including him allegedly messing with minors. Now, a lot of us cackled and kikied over this song, but Drake is not amused because this song really hurt his reputation, and not only that, it hurt his pockets. And Drake is blaming Universal. Go figure. Now, for those who don't know, Drake is signed to Republic Records, which is a label under the Universal Music Group. And Drake has been generating a lot of money for Republic and Universal. In fact, in the past decade, he generated like $500 million, which is a huge amount of money considering that music doesn't really sell all that much in this era today. So he has been making his label money. And his music is worth so much that he's able to use that as leverage to get better deals and even bigger deals outside of the label. We found out that he also owns his catalog too. Like, he owns the copyright to his catalog. So that's pretty huge. Drake has acquired a little too much power for the industry. I will say that. And in 2022, he did do another huge deal with Universal Music Group and Lucian Grange, who is the CEO. And it was rumored that this was like a $400 million deal. And I also heard some other rumors that he was trying to do another deal, a bigger deal than that one, but the label wasn't trying to pay him that much money. So what did they do? They allowed Kendrick Lamar to come at Drake's neck, which in turn slowed down his momentum and also slowed down his cash flow. And since that happened, Drake has been very upset, not only with Kendrick, who also happens to be signed to Universal. Kendrick is actually signed to TDE and Interscope, and those labels are under Universal too. But Drake is upset that Universal seems to be siding with Kendrick. And he's like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I made y'all all this money and we have a deal on the line, and you're actually promoting a song that's causing my demise and hurting my pockets and devaluing me so that you won't end up paying me what I'm worth? Oh, heck nah. I know Drake has to be fuming. I know it, because the CEO of Universal, Lucian Grange, really played this man. I mean, Drake thought that he was a boss, but he learned quickly that if he gets too much power and starts flexing that power, he will be put in his place. And Lucian looks at people like Drake and Kendrick as puppets. They're not bosses to him, they're workers. I don't trust Lucian, especially since he was called out in Rodney Jones' lawsuit for allegedly funding Diddy's criminal enterprise, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. But Lucian is not trustworthy, and Drake had to learn that the hard way, and he's been having a back and forth with Universal. I mean, there's an old tweet from 2011 where he said, Universal needs to stop taking my effing songs down. I'm doing this for the people, not your label. So Drake has had to fight to gain some power throughout his career. He's had to fight for it. But Drake got to a point where he was too big, and it was almost as if he was as big as the big fish. And who could blame him? I mean, he was making the label so much money. His catalog is worth so much money. But I think once he started to flex his power, he started to make people uncomfortable. Not only did he make his peers and some of his ops uncomfortable, but he made some gatekeepers uncomfortable. And also he made Lucian Grange uncomfortable. Drake just had too much leverage, too much power, too much say-so, and it was getting uncomfortable for some powerful people. Like Drake said in his 30 for 30 freestyle, when the higher ups have all come together as a collective with conspiracies to end my run and send me a message. So Drake knew what was up. He knew it. And Universal allowed Kendrick to come at Drake's neck. Instead of putting a stop to it and protecting their biggest artists, they decided that they want to support Kendrick's efforts in bringing Drake down. I think this was a power play, and this might have been Lucian's way of reminding Drake that you're not a boss, you're a worker. We can make you and we can break you. Remember that. And so now Drake is upset about it, and he's filing a petition not only against Universal, but also Spotify and Iheartradio, because he feels like those entities were working together to use fraudulent tactics to promote Not Like Us to hurt and humiliate him. Now, some people might think, man, this is a Karen move. Why is Drake taking legal action over a diss song? Like, take your L in peace. I will be honest and admit that the optics don't look good for him. Even though I understand where Drake is coming from, it doesn't look good for him to take legal action, because who does that in a rap battle? Nobody. And it does seem like he's operating out of an emotional place as well, because he didn't get his way. And so now it looks like he's pointing fingers and saying, they cheated. And how does that look to the public? It kind of looks like he's just being a sore loser, right? He now wants to come at the same system he benefited from for so many years throughout his career, and people are just not here for it. But it's deeper than that. There was some foul play, and I don't even think Kendrick knew that he was being used as a pawn in this situation. All he cared about was winning the rap battle and winning over the culture. But I don't think he knew that a whole machine was going to be behind him to take Drake down. I don't think he knew it. Now, in Drake's petition, I learned something. Universal charges Spotify to platform their artists' music, and they get paid like a couple of $2 billion a year for this. Now, what's interesting is they did something they haven't done before. They actually charged Spotify less money to platform Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us. They charged them 30% less than they usually do. And since Spotify got the discount, they were able to put Kendrick's song on all the playlists and made sure it was promoted and pushed and oversaturated everywhere, so it would be impossible for anyone to escape it. This was a tactic to make the song more popular, but they did it at the expense of other artists who could have used the playlisting and the promotion, Also, Drake alleged that Universal and Interscope were paying Spotify to inflate Kendrick's streams for Not Like Us, and he claimed that they were using bots to do it. In his complaint, he claims that there was an unknown individual who called in to DJ Academic's show and claimed that he was paid to use bots to create 30 million streams for Not Like Us on the first day of its release.
The most recent song I did do all the bots for, well, most of it and the marketing, was Not Like Us.
Now, a lot of people are going to say that's fucking cap.
Early on, when the song first dropped, it wasn't him. I'm not going to say he reached out to me himself, because obviously he didn't. It was definitely somebody from management. They wanted me to do 30 million early, which fed into the rest of the views, because obviously it was going to be a hit song either way. I like the song. I have payment proof, and I will DM that to you, as long as you won't expose it right now on stream in front of everybody, but I will send you all the proof, all the receipts and everything. Up front, I was promised 5K.
Okay.
They told me it was for a big artist. Promised 5K up front.
Okay.
They sent me 2.5K, and then I was also promised after the song performed, I was also gonna receive a little percentage of the song, so points on the song. They also, the reason they did it is because they also needed that song to win.
Y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots?
No, and I didn't care.
You thought that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes, or you didn't know that was bots? Bots, to me, was a part of how you win the war versus Drake.
I just saw somebody on Twitter request to play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify, and it just goes straight to Not Like Us. I don't believe everything I see online, so let's just test it out, okay? You're seeing my screen to a degree. All right. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
I see dead people.
That's crazy.
Hey Siri, play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar now playing on Spotify.
I see dead people.
Drake also accuses Universal of using payola to get Not Like Us played on radio, and he insinuates that Iheartradio may have played a part in this, considering that they played the song 5 million times the first week of its release and another 40 million times when the video dropped. One of the DJs, Funk Flex, confirmed that there was a pay-for-play scheme going on. He said, some DJs been taking payola to play songs. I can't wait to see how this trickles down. I've been waiting for this. Drake is not lying. There are backdoor deals under the table with DJs. Should I name names? I can if you need me to. Drake also claimed that Universal Music Group terminated employees who have loyalty to him. Drake also filed a second complaint against Universal, claiming that Not Like Us spread harmful narratives about him, and the label failed to stop it or at least censor the claims that he was a PDF file. Now, I do understand Drake's legal action here, but at the same time, Drake was mudslinging too. He was claiming that Kendrick was a wife beater without any proof. So is it fair that he now wants to sue now that somebody lied on him? I don't know. I think Drake should have strategized a little differently. Instead of taking legal action, it would have been better for him to just lay low and take a hiatus and let Kendrick have his moment. And I know it hurts, but I think it would have benefited Drake in the end if he allowed people to miss him and then come back out and put out some of the best music of his life and reclaim his spot. But he decided to go the legal route, and I understand why he did it, but I just don't know if it was the best step, because what typically happens when an artist tries to go up against the machine, they get burnt. Okay, we've seen it happen to Michael Jackson. Michael called out Sony. He called out Sony for their shady business tactics and also robbing artists blind. And you know, the industry always had it out for Michael because he owned half of Sony and ATV's catalog, which included very profitable catalogs like the Beatles catalog. So Michael Jackson had so much power, and they didn't like it. And they especially didn't like it when he called out Sony and Tommy Mottola. And so his career suffered for that. And Prince called out Warner Music for their unfair practices when it came to controlling his music and ripping him off for the music that he created and funded himself. He was ostracized for doing that. So both Michael and Prince suffered in their music careers, and they were on top at one point, but they were kicked down after they went against the system. And see, Drake is going to soon find out this is going to happen with him too. I mean, he's going against Universal Music Group, Iheartradio, and Spotify. I don't know. This could be the end of Drake's reign in music. And this is not to say that he will be over completely, but he will never be the same. I'll just say that. Like, they will definitely try to smear his name some more, and it will be hard for him to gain the same favor that he had before. So I don't know, but I guess he thought it was worth it to take legal action. And I think he has a case, but I don't know how this whole legal thing is going to pan out for Drake, because right now it's not making him look good. And the culture seems to be siding with Kendrick. I mean, Kendrick is the new king, and Kendrick is doing his thing. I'm happy for him, but also I don't really know if Kendrick is going to be completely satisfied holding the top spot. At least I don't think he will find true satisfaction internally over it. I understand that he's very ambitious. He's confident. He wants to be the guy. He's competitive, and I love that about him. But does he want what comes with it? That's the question. Now, Kendrick has had a lot of mainstream success already, but he has also had the luxury of taking breaks and recharging and focusing on his art. But now that the industry is pushing him in Drake's position, he's going to have to deal with the pressure of dropping music more often. He's going to have to deal with the pressure of people critiquing his music and nitpicking at his artistry the way that they did Drake. He's going to have to get in more rap beefs. I'm hearing that there's a battle brewing between him and Lil Wayne, and I pray that they don't go at it, because that would just be a mess, honestly. But this is where Kendrick is right now. This is what comes with being the top guy. So we'll see what happens, but I do wish the best for both Kendrick and Drake. I think they both are great, and they're needed in hip hop. They really are. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.